Alright, what's good guys? IG Squad here, and welcome back to another episode of Phone Diving Adventures. This one is for July of 2023. I'm pretty hyped for this one. We did pretty well last time, and we're going to more than just our regular bins. I know we did that last time, but we're going to do it again. Different bins though. Anyways, we'll explain some things. So let's go and get into it. Alright, so it's gonna be a bit of a packed episode. I can already give probably not as long as the last one because we're not traveling anywhere. We're staying inside the city, but there are two more bins that are about 30 minutes two different ways that we're going to in a total of 3 weeks time, including this week. So it's Friday, July 7th right now. So tomorrow we are doing our typical mall run that we do every episode. That's the core. But then we are going to two different bins that are technically outside of the city, but they're only half an hour away. So yeah. So we'll be going to those. We'll be going to the first one next week, and then the other one we'll be doing in 2 weeks because I have to get my car serviced. So we're gonna do it then, because the dealership that we get it serviced at is right there, right by that Target. So we'll do that. So yeah, but we got a jam-packed episode up ahead. I'm excited for this one. So let's go ahead and get into it. All right, so of course, you know, I have to do the recap from last episode. Last episode, it was kind of legendary. So we found 4 devices on our typical run. So I gotta grab them real quick. So the first device we found, the oldest device, is this Pantech Discover. It works. It's in actually pretty decent shape. Yeah, it works just fine. Although I think somehow after like 3-4 weeks of owning it, the speaker just stopped working. And it's not getting anything. The sound is definitely on, but there's nothing. I never turned the sound off, so yeah, that just went out, so that's cool. But it works. There's not much you can do with it. It's running Android 4.0.4, so pretty, you know, pretty useless in terms of usability, but it is actually a pretty cool interface. So definitely cool to have something a little bit different from my standpoint. And then the second thing we found is this pretty beat up space gray iPhone 6s. I'm actually not going to be keeping this. I'm going to be giving this to Carson tomorrow. He was supposed to grab it a couple weeks ago, but he just forgot it. So that's all right. I'll just hand that off to him. And then we actually found 3 5G phones, but 2 on the mall run. So the first one, the one that I kept, is this 2022 Moto G 5G. It's pretty neat because, I mean, it's almost a brand new phone. I think it looks really nice. It's like this midnight blue color. It has a 90 Hertz display. Obviously, it's a 5G phone. It has a 50 megapixel camera, although the cameras really aren't that great. It has a worse processor than the 2020 Moto G Power, which I also have. I mean, it's definitely cool. It also got updated to Android 13, but there's been a lot of bugs so far with Android 13. And there's a lot of like weird performance hiccups, so I don't really know. I like the phone overall, but it's not anything better. It's not anything special over the 2020, in my opinion. And then the best device we found on the mall run is a Galaxy S20 FE. Now, I gave that one to Carson, and if you go back and watch the last video, you'll see that the thing is absolutely destroyed. It was annihilated. It looks like someone just like attached the string to a tow hitch and just dragged it across pavement. It was bad. The entire thing is all kinds of scratched up. The screen is literally falling off. The camera glass is completely missing. Half of the volume button is missing. So I gave that to Carson. He's working on a restoration project for that. So yeah, hopefully that will be back in working order at some point. We'll just have to wait and see. We'll probably ask him about it when we see him tomorrow. But what trumps all of that, everything that we found over the mall run, is what I found while I was down in Florida. You probably already know what it is, but yes, I found a Samsung Galaxy S22 Ultra in a Target bin down in Florida. I don't know how. It is Google locked, but we're working on getting that off. I'm going to hand it off to Carson tomorrow so his sibling can take a look at it and, you know, just diagnose how it's going to be taken off. Hopefully do that for me. So yeah, we're going to hand it off tomorrow, and then hopefully once that is all done, I'm going to make this my new main Android phone. Yes, it does have the S Pen. I mean, this phone is absolutely incredible. Definitely not the first color choice if I was to buy an S22 Ultra, but, I mean, for getting this for free, I don't even give a shit what color I get. This thing is incredible. I'm still speechless. Found this thing almost a month ago, and wow. I found my S10 Plus literally 8 months ago, right? Yeah, 8 months ago, and I now have its replacement. I've only used this as my main Android phone for like 4 months. So, yeah. But that's what we got going on. Right now, we're actually about to head over to the university bin, drop off some batteries, and then probably just hang out for the rest of the day. But let's go see what we can't find, because that bin is trash. So these are the 2 batteries that I need to drop off. We have another LG battery that is not one I had before, and the W385 battery. The reason I have these batteries is because a family member actually gave me these 3. They were just their old phones, so I got these from them. So we have 2 LG VX3200s, which I've been wanting this model for a while, and another Motorola W385, and this thing is in wait. No, this is the wrong one. It's this one. Yeah. This one is in way better. Wait. No, I switched the back covers. Oh, dear God. Yeah. I'm an idiot. I switched the back covers, so this is the old one. Right? No, this is the new one. Yeah, this is the new one. I'm gonna, like, put those back covers back, because I kind of want that to be correct. There we go. Yeah, so, got confused about that, but yeah, this is the actual stock way this W385 came. Unfortunately, they all 3 of them work, but they all have lock codes on them, so I'll just show you that real quick. I only have the 1 battery that works for, well, actually, I do have a second battery, but that's always in my LG VX5200. Yeah, you can see that does have a lock code. Can't do much with that right now. I'll show you the other one as well. Going drinking tonight, boys. Yeah. This one also has a lock code. That speaker actually doesn't sound too bad. But yeah, don't really know what to do with those. And then here's the W385. Yeah, this thing is in way better shape. And this battery actually functions correctly. It's not draining in 5 minutes time like this other one. Definitely getting rid of that and buying a new one. Yeah. So I'm going to keep this battery in the old W385 because it actually functions. It works fine inside that one. For now, at least. The battery life isn't that great, but still, you know, it functions. So it's cool to have these, but I guess I'm just going to have to do code guessing for a while and just kind of hope that I can get something out of them. I don't know when I'm going to do that. I still have a bunch of other phones that need code guessing, like my VX8300 and my Samsung Trance. So, yeah, I don't know when I'm going to get around to that. I probably should be doing that this summer, but I don't know. But yeah, let's go drop off these batteries and find nothing at the university then. All right, so today is the first day of the dive. We still have a little bit of time before we need to head out and head over to the mall. But slightly change of plans, actually. Carson is actually not coming. It'll probably be like last episode. You'll probably see him later on when he's coming to pick up what he wants to pick up. But yeah, we're just going to go see what we can find and do another quick trip, like 10-15 minute trip like we did last time. Just, you know, keep it pretty simple. And yeah, that should be the extent of today, and then it's just going to be a lot of testing. Now, last time I did get rid of that rose gold iPhone 6S that I found a while back. Finally exchanged that for both the Pantech and the S20 FE. So what am I down to this time? This guy. This is an LG Phoenix Plus I found back in March, and the LCD is just completely dead. It doesn't work at all, so there's no point in me keeping this. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of that and call it a day at AT&T. And we're just going to go see what we can grab. Just, you know, make it quick and let's go find some phones. All right, I just left my house. We are on our way over to head over to the first stop. Then we'll make our way to the subway station and be on our way to the mall. And yeah, it should be all good. I'm not expecting quite as much as last time. And I've been told the second bin that we're going to likely next week is not so great. But it's kind of a pain to dig out of. But there is a Home Depot over there, so I could always try that too. But yeah, we're just going to make our first typical run today and go see what we can find. So let's do it. What's up? Missed the first bus. That's all right though. Should be like just under 10 minutes until the next one, so not too bad. There's like 4 different buses that come here, so shouldn't be bad at all. Why did my music just stop? Disconnected. Okay. Studio buds. to stop 1. Ooh, progress. That was cool. Anyways, we made it up to stop 1. We are heading up to the subway station right now. I always enjoy this little walk up to the subway station. One, it helps me close my rings, and it also is just kind of cool to get a little walking view of the city. We still got some time before the next subway comes, but that's already like 15 minutes, so not too bad. So let's just head up there, and yeah, we'll be on our way to the mall to see what's in store for some new phones. Alright, we just made it up to the mall, and it is 1:08 p.m., so making pretty good time, and I think we'll literally only be here for 10 or 15 minutes. I'm literally just gonna go to Target, see what AT&T looks like, probably stall there for a little bit, and then just grab some things and dip. So, yeah, let's go find some phones. Oh, we got a bag. Got some really nice stuff from both Target and AT&T. A really nice variety this time. So, I guess the best find is this 2018 J7. It's a J7 Crown. It's got a passcode on it, but it's in really nice shape. It's on track phone, so I'll have to try to do a manual wipe on that. We got this pretty destroyed, what I think is a iPhone SE2. It could be a SE 5G, but I kind of doubt it. It's pretty smashed up and the LCD is destroyed, so gonna have to do some fixing with that. We found a couple of rare dumb phones, but we did find 2 more iPhones. We found this Space Gray 5S. Screen is cracked, but it looks like it's in decent shape. Looks like it'll clean up well. And then the best condition iPhone is this gold 6S, and it's in really nice shape. Just needs some cleaning. And then we found some pretty cool dumb phones. Unfortunately, 0 of them have batteries, but we got some good stuff. So we got this Pantech. I think the model number is P6030. Let's see. P6020. It's really cool looking. We got this really cool Nokia flip phone and a maroon Samsung Blackjack too. So absolute just dub day, complete dub day. So we're gonna head back home right now and test these out as much as we can. And yeah, we got the White Claw bus. That is, wow, that is a new level of aggressive. All right, we just got back home. Here is everything. We'll do the first look over. So we have the Nokia Mural. It's the 6750. This thing is absolutely gorgeous. It's in actually pretty good shape. I'm going to clean it up. Obviously, we're going to clean all these up. None of the dumb phones came with batteries, unfortunately, but I do have a battery that works in that. We have the Pantech Swift. This thing is pretty good shape. Has a Sidekick style keyboard. Pretty dope. We do have the Samsung Blackjack 2 in maroon. Obviously, I have another Samsung Blackjack 2, so let's go ahead and try and boot this one up. There we go. The screen's kind of gross, but it should be all right. Just give this a test here. That maroon looks really nice. There we go. Boom. Doing the same light thing that my black one is doing. We're gonna clean it up before we do too much with it. There we go. And doesn't look like there's any... Okay, so there is a wallpaper, but there's no lock code, so that's good. So we have that. I think it's February 21st, 2012. Yeah, has a wallpaper, so we'll shut that down for now. It's the teal theme, which I actually like that. I'll be able to do a safe wipe just to make sure we have everything okay. We have the Space Gray iPhone 5S. So I have confirmed this is FMI on. I was able to check it because the IMEI number is just on the back. And that's pretty unfortunate because this is a 64 gig iPhone 5S. I think the pull rate for those is pretty low, so that's pretty cool. We have the gold iPhone 6S. It's in pretty good shape, although the charging port seems like there's a lot of gunk in there, so we're gonna try and scrape that out a little bit. We have the 2020 iPhone SE, at least I think it's a 2020. This, as you can tell, has a dead LCD. And it looks like, from what I can tell, that says emergency call, so I think it is trying to say iPhone is disabled. So if I had to take a guess, I would assume this is FMI on, but I need to check the IMEI numbers. And we have the 2018 Galaxy J7 Crown. So a solid haul. We're going to go and clean these up, and then we'll do some FMI testing and do some just cable testing with these, see how far we can get. So let's go. All right, let's get started with the same garbage angle that I always have to clean phones. Let's start with the beautiful Nokia Mural. I can't remember if I've seen this model before or not. It's really cool looking though. Hoping I can get a battery for this. So let's go ahead and, my microphone, oh, it's literally right in front of my face. All right, cool. All right, let's clean up that front. I'm guessing this is mostly plastic, even though it looks really cool. Doesn't feel like it has quite the same material as the, wow, there's so many bugs in this room. Jeez. Doesn't feel like it's quite the same material as the LG VX8700. There we go. This thing looks pretty clean though, so I would guess it's where I can't figure out this back latch though. This is the weirdest thing. Ugh. How does this latch into place? I don't know. It's supposed to stay like that, but it's not. Anyways, let's clean the inside here. There's not much coming back on the microfiber, so that's good. Finally get a really solid variety out of the AT&T bin. Just try and sort of clean up these sides a little bit. Hinge feels good too. Yeah, this is a really neat phone. Speaker grill on the bottom. Yeah, this thing looks really cool. And headphone jack cover broke off, of course. But yeah, that looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and see what we can get off of a cable. I'm guessing not much, but let's just try it. Right, let's give this a shot here. Not positive that we're gonna get anything out of it, but let's just try. Nope. Like I said, I didn't really expect anything from just cable power. Let's try this cable because I often don't like that cable. Yeah, nothing. No surprise there, but yeah. Alright, well, let's move on to the next one. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the Pantech Swift. So I tried the battery that works in my Pantech Jest, and that did not work in this phone. It was just a little too wide. So again, no real way to test this besides cable power, but that's all right. Screen looks like it's in good shape. The back doesn't look like it's in great shape, but that's all right. Whew, it's hot. Let's clean that keyboard back. And the keyboard. Alright. It's just something stuck on that rubber foot right there, but yeah, this thing's in really nice shape. So let's just do a cable power test. Alright, I'm assuming we're not going to get anything out of this either, but let's just try it. So charging port is right here. Oh, hello. Yeah, so it's yelling for no battery because it has no battery. Will it boot? No. Yeah. Okay, so this does work, but yeah, just no battery, so that's good to know. So we have that working. Out of devices I did not expect, I think the maroon Samsung Blackjack 2 is up there. This is probably the best color Blackjack 2. I am super excited about this. And it seems to work, so yeah. This frame is sort of falling apart. Kind of push it back into place, but only so much. Let's clean up that back. I didn't realize the back of the maroon one is like texture. It looks really, really cool. Love that look. All right, it's paint's a little rubbing off a little. So the screen's not in great shape. I think the one on my black one, no. I think this one might be a little bit better. Just a little cloudy. That's all right though. Why are these bugs keep coming up? Random bugs that keep appearing on this windowsill. Anyways, yeah, this phone works fine, so we'll just do a safe wipe on it, and then we'll, yeah, this frame is sort of popping out, but yeah, really cool looking phone. Love that color. All right, now let's go ahead and move on to the smartphones. Let's start with this iPhone 5S. So I did confirm this is FMI on. I wasn't getting any charger response, although this phone is old. Ooh, yeah, that is a bad crack right there. Yeah, that's pretty deep, although it's not too much of the display. Whoa, whoa, get off my finger. All right, let's just clean this 5S up the best we can here. I wonder if this LCD might just be shot, and it actually was sort of charging. Don't know. It seems to be popping up more with all these older iPhones. Besides the crack spots, that screen's not too bad a shape. It's scratching up a little bit, but not that bad at all. Kind of unfortunate, though, that this is FMI on because it's a 64 gig iPhone 5S. And I'm pretty sure the pull rate for those is pretty low. Okay, so there's a case mark around the camera. That's all right, though. And this back is kind of smudging. So there's some stuff that's hard to get off from here. But, I mean, overall, the body's in okay shape, not great. Alright, so I did start cleaning out the charging port on the 6S, and oh my god, it's disgusting in there. So, yeah, I got a fair amount of stuff out, so probably function a little bit better. I was having to hold the cable in to get it to actually charge, and I'm sure even then it was getting pretty low voltage. So let's go ahead and clean it up, clean the body up, and I'm gonna vacuum this windowsill. So now I have 3 of the 6S colors. I just need the silver one now. Oh man. Yeah, there's a whole lot of crap on this 6S. Jeez. We'll check this and the SE 2020's FMI in a little bit. This one I'm curious about. Gold 6S though. Pretty good looking. I mean, I have a gold 6S Plus already. Yeah, this phone was treated poorly, is all I'll say. Yeah, I mean, it cleaned up fairly well. Yeah, it looks like those are scratches. So not much I can do about those, but yeah, I mean, it looks like this thing cleaned up pretty well. So let's try out that charging port, see if we can get anything out of it. We'll have the 5S charging here for a little while. Nothing. Not getting anything out of it. Probably has a bad LCD. So let's go ahead and the 6S, it was getting not much better. Oh, okay, well I don't really have to, oh, no, I lied. Okay, there we go. I set it down at least and just let it charge, I hope. Yeah, let's just leave it for a little while and see if we can get it to power on while we try the, oh, there we go. Oh, what the hell? That's an LCD splotch. Look at that. Alright, that's a little bit of a LCD damage right there. Other than that, though, the LCD looks like it's in pretty good shape. I'll let it power on here. Alright, it lost power, but it's reviving right now, so we'll leave that for a little bit while we clean the other 2 off. Alright, let's clean up this pretty beaten up iPhone SE 2020 or SE 5G. We will see what it is. I'm assuming an SE 2020 because the SE 5G just came out last year. That'd be insane if I got 2 phones, this and my S22 Ultra. Looks like the laminate's peeling a little bit too. Oh man, yeah, this thing is pretty nicked up, especially around the frame. So that's not so great. Oh yeah, no, this thing's in terrible shape. Looks like previous owner turned off raise to wake. I already cleaned the screen, but we'll do it again. Yeah, this thing is in awful shape. Alright, well, yeah, this thing's in pretty bad shape, but we'll test it out. I'm sure it's FMI on because it looks like it has some sort of wallpaper. Pretty hard to tell though. Well, the 6S is on the setup screen, so that's good. Looks like it's on an older version. I can't tell. It's at least iOS 11, but yeah, this thing is working. So I'll probably clean out that charging port a little bit more, and then we'll try and go and set it up. So the 6S is FMI off, so that's good. So we can set it up. Unfortunately, it's only a 16 gig, but you know what? Fuck it. We can still do something with the 16 gig, so yeah, we'll use it for a little bit and we'll check it out. All right, so the 6S is set up on my iCloud. Let's go ahead and check it here. So yeah, it's only a 16 gig. It's on iOS 13.1.2. All right. I may leave it there, honestly, just to have, you know, just because it's a 16 gig, there's not really much I can do with that. Yeah, storage is pretty brutal on this. So let's check the battery health here. What are we looking at? Service, 77%. Okay. Yeah, that's not great, but that's not the worst I've seen, so yeah. Alright, yeah, it uninstalled most of the stock apps. I don't know how much I'm going to be able to get downloaded on this. I'm going to try some things, but yeah, probably not too much. But I'm going to leave this charging for now while we work on the other stuff. And yeah. Alright, I cleaned up the J7. It's in really nice shape. Let's go and power it up here. Okay, so whoever had this listed lied to me. This is definitely not an OLED display. That is 100% an LCD. So I was able to get this wiped through the bootloader when I was on my way here. And it did give me the unauthorized attempt warning, so I'm assuming it's Google locked. But let's give it a shot here. Yeah, it is on One UI. So I do know a bypass that might work, but probably not because it's it. Skip this for now. Yeah, I know. Let me sign into my Wi-Fi. There we go. It did have the stock wallpaper when it did have the actual data on it, but yeah. It did have some notifications coming in, so no service though, which is the weird thing. Come on. Yeah. Kind of figured that would pop up, but I do have... Let's see, can I at least get into this? Yeah, oh, but that I think is what I need. Damn it. Yep. Shocker. Alright, well, we'll work on that. Alright, I just checked the status of the SE 2020. It is FMI on. No real surprise there. It's a 64 gig, and it's locked to some carrier. It's not AT&T. I don't recognize the SIM card. I want to say it's Metro, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Very weird. Yeah. This would need a new screen if it wasn't. Digitizer definitely doesn't work, yeah. This thing was run over and destroyed. It does look really cool, though. I like the way this phone looks. But yeah, nothing I can really do with that. Alright, so I was able to get most of the shit out of the port of the 6S, and the cable is staying in there just fine. For some reason, it offloaded all the apps, and as you can tell, it does have an LCD splotch there. That's not a big deal because, I mean, nothing I can really do there. But the biggest problem with this is that Touch ID doesn't seem to work. It just says, every time you go and try to set it up, it just says Touch ID failed. So, yeah, that's probably not a good sign. So, at least I did get the charging port cleaned out, though. It's going in just fine now, so that's all good. I honestly might leave this on iOS 13, just for shits and giggles. Because it's the 16 gig, and there's nothing I can do with that. I do like this color, though. I don't know if I like it more than the rose gold or not, but definitely nice to have something a bit different. What's weird in terms of charging port status is I'm getting nothing on the J7, which is very weird. Absolutely nothing. Me. Oh no, yeah, there's definitely some shit up there. Alright, let's fix that. So I did pull some shit out of it, but it's clicking into place a little bit better, but still no response. It's hard to tell because this phone's so dark. If the pins are to the floor, it kind of looks like it from my vantage point, but yeah. I think this charging port might be shot. So this is kind of a useless J7. Not really much I can do with it. Might even just use that as a throwaway, because that's kind of a wreck. Okay, so I just tried to look up the carrier for the SE 2020, yes, it's charging a my battery case. I just tried to look it up to see what carrier it was, and it says Dish Boost Locked Policy. So, I guess that means it's on Boost? I don't know. Because there's no Dish Network Mobile. That would be insane. Yeah, I guess that means it's on Boost, but I don't know. That's weird. Alright, so it's the next day. As you can tell, we got screws on the mat. We're going to try and take apart some of these iPhones. So I'm going to open up the SE, see how far I can get in terms of, you know, diagnosing what's going on with the screen. I'm sure the LCD is just shattered from the inside, so there's nothing I can really do about it. We're also going to try the 5S and my black iPhone 7. I've had this for a while. I didn't even get this from a bin, but the LCD just stopped working a while back, so I'm going to try and open it up, see if it's maybe just a disconnected cable, because I really want to get this one working again. Because this is a nice iPhone 7. It's 128 gig. And, I mean, I've used it for a while, so yeah, definitely want to get that working again. So, we'll see what we can do. Right. So, small issue. I don't know where my razor blade is. So, that's going to kind of make this repair impossible. Especially with these curved iPhones. I might have enough leeway to get inside the SE. I might try that. The 5S I'm not quite as worried about, because the screen's a little bit lifted because of the edges, but we'll see. Alright, well, since I don't know where all the bits are that I need to actually do all this, we're going to do the second best project option that I have today, which is try 10,000 lock codes on all 5 of these dumb phones, because, well, they need it. So, we're going to do that, and, yeah. Alright, so I managed to get the W385 unlocked, and it only took like 33 different codes to get it unlocked, which is pretty low in terms of probability guessing, so that's really solid. So let me just restart it real quick. And let's make sure. I know what code it is, but let's make sure that it will stay unlocked here. Yep. There we go. It is unlocked. Sweet. Alright, so we have a fully working new W385, and for some reason it's not saying searching for network. I don't know why, but it's not. So, yeah, but a fully working W385. Let's go! And I was able to trace my steps with the with one of the VX3200s, and it is now unlocked. Oh, baby. Alright, we are getting somewhere. So we have one of the 3200s still locked. But, wow, was not expecting to just bulk unlock like that. That is pretty sweet. Alright, so I got the other VX3200 unlocked by tracing an old phone number that belonged to who I thought was the previous owner, and I was correct. So, I have all 3 of these unlocked completely now. So now, it's just basic maintenance to get everything cleared off. So I finally get the J7 to act like it's going to start charging. It pops up, you know, I sort of wiggle the cable around, and that pops up, which, you know, that's usually good. That means it's going to start charging. But then it just kind of blacks out, and, you know, doesn't really do anything after that. I'm going to try to keep cleaning that port out. But let me try another cable here. This is a really shitty cable, but let's just try it. Yeah, the cable's still not going in very firm. So I think some shit's still stuck up in there. I don't know. Yeah, I definitely think there's something stuck up in there. Let me try and use the telephoto camera here. It's really hard to tell. But let me tell you, cleaning out a micro USB port is the biggest pain in the ass ever. Because of the center mounted pin, and USB-C is the exact same way, because of the center mounted pin, it's just impossible to, you know, try and clean out.
Because you have to, like, try and make your way around it. And I'm pretty sure I chipped that pin at this point. Jesus Christ. Wow. Oh, there's still so much shit in the headphone jack, too. Ew. Motherfucker. Like, yeah, this is the worst part of grabbing shit out of the recycling bin. You have to deal with this. Yeah, so typically speaking, I don't think something that looks like metal is supposed to come out of the charging port. Oh, fuck. Did I bust the bracket? I don't know. Or is it one of the side pins? That bracket does not look good from my view. It's really hard to show this on camera. I'm using the telephoto lens on this S10, and that's barely working. I can't even use the flash on the ultra wide. That's the weird thing. But yeah, this thing is pretty much done for, I would assume. I'll try and plug a charger into it. I got some more shit out of there. But yeah, I think I might have just broken a bracket. Fuck me. Yeah, it's so hard to get a good view on this. But yeah, typically I don't think metal's supposed to come out of there. Jesus.
Alright, so it is been a few days, almost a week actually. But we are now filming part 2 of this episode of Phone Diving Adventures, which means we're going to a different bin than we normally go to. I've never been to this bin, never been to this target, actually. So I've been told that this target has a bit of an issue when it comes to the bin, meaning that the lid is locked and it's a bottomless pit bin. So it's going to be hard to reach stuff. We just kind of hope that it hasn't been emptied in a while and hope that there's something sort of sticking out of the top. I can just grab something and just leave, but we don't know. We're just going to have to see. So, let's go check it out. I'm not hopeful, though. There is a Home Depot over there, though, so we could always try that, but I don't know. This is the craziest monitor I think I've ever seen right in front of me. Whoa, I want that. Check this out. This LG Ultra Gear. It's a 45-inch full OLED display. It's not connected to any computer as far as I can tell, but this thing is insane. It's huge. Even if I put it on the ultra wide, it just barely fits in the frame. This is sick, and it's curved. This would be so sick to game on. Alright, so we finished today up, and it was kind of a worthless trip. So we went to the target that we were going to go originally. That was the whole point of today. And as I expected, as I was told, the bin was locked, and it was anything that I could have grabbed. It was actually higher up than I thought it was going to be, but it was still pretty far down, so yeah, kind of, you know, I didn't really expect to really be getting anything out of there. So then we tried the Home Depot that was in that area, and I literally could not find a bin. I don't know, I didn't see anything throughout the store, throughout the front area, or even like in the doorways or anything, so I don't know what's up with that. There probably is one somewhere, but I could not find it. So there is a Home Depot that's a little bit closer to my house, so maybe we'll try that when Carson's here next week. Maybe. I don't know. So then we went to my, what I used to call my regular Target, that's a little bit closer to here. We went there, because it's been like 6 months since I've been there. Surprisingly, there was no security guard standing in front. That's the reason I just haven't gone back, because security is always a problem there, but there was no security guard in front, so I was able to just check it. But it looks like people are using it for like cardboard and stuff. It was full of a lot of shit that looked like it shouldn't be in there, so I don't get that at all. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going back there in a couple days, so I'll probably check it again. But it looked like it was full to the top. It looked like it hadn't been emptied in months, so I'm not sure what's up with that, but yeah, there probably were phones in there, but they were just at the bottom, so it's gonna be kind of a pain to grab them. So yeah, we'll check it on Tuesday and see if anything's there, because This next week is going to be busy. It's the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix, so we got a lot going on. So we'll see what we can do. All right, so some things are happening. How about a new laptop? Yep, I am finally getting a new laptop, daily driver replacement for my 2014 MacBook Pro, and it's not a Mac. I am switching back to PC, but you know what? I'm totally cool with that. I am really excited. So so you guys will probably see what it is on the vlog on the week 12 vlog. So stay tuned for that. But all you need to know is that it is an Asus, and I got it for a really good price. So yeah, good stuff is coming. So yeah. All right, this phone diving adventures is getting carried on, but we are. Carson is going to be here today, reacting to what we found on the main run, and he's going to pick up what he wants, and then in a few days' time, we'll be going to film the final part. That's actually in the same area where I'm going to get my car serviced, so timing kind of worked out perfectly for this video, so we'll go do that in a couple days, but today is the big show of the Pittsburgh Vintage Grand Prix. So that's the whole point of today, and then Carson is coming over later to check out some phones. So yeah, let's get into today. All right, so got finished up with the Grand Prix. I'm heading out to go grab Carson right now. Finish up for the day. I might be going back tomorrow, because there are still events tomorrow. Don't know yet, but I got a pretty good amount of photos. I think I got around 600 or 700, so should be good if I want to not go tomorrow and just edit, just work tomorrow, but we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go grab Carson and let's react to some phones. All right, so we're here with Carson.
I'm here again. What's up?
So it's your choice, smartphones or dumb phones first?
Let me see the dumb phones first.
All right, so I guess the most boring out of the three is the Pantech Swift.
Well, I like it's this little purple color. Oh, it's a slider phone. How cute. Oh, it's got this little angle to it too. I actually quite like this.
Yeah.
I would totally pop my SIM card in just to use it. I do that all the time with the cool dumb phones. It's so much fun.
So none of these dumb phones came with batteries.
Yeah, that's fair. So it's super lightweight, so I figured it didn't have a battery.
Yeah, but I think batteries for those are pretty cheap, so
probably. Yeah, you should just buy one and just unlock it for fun. Very cool.
So I have a black Samsung Blackjack too, but how about the maroon one?
I didn't even know they made a maroon one. Huh. It's a pretty color on this thing, though.
I really like it, yeah.
It's nice. I mean, it's funny. This is basically, I mean, Samsung, as DankPods put it perfectly, Samsung is the company that's just like, hey, you guys done it? We done it too. I mean, the Samsung Blackjack, really. Yeah. But it's nice. I like this. I mean, it doesn't have a battery, I can tell.
Yeah,
but
the frame on that one's kind of falling apart. The top part right
yeah,
here,
it's like splitting a little bit.
That top part is popping off.
Yeah.
So may want to attempt to secure it, but...
That's common with old phones like this.
Yeah.
I mean, especially...
But I did pop the battery from my other one in there, and it works fine.
I'm sure it works.
I reset it, so...
There you go. Yeah, don't these run Windows Mobile?
Windows Mobile. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought.
6.1, I think.
So more modern than what I've used, because the only Windows Mobile devices I have are both quite old. It's the one HTC I forget, and the HTC Wizard. That's all I have.
Oh, yeah. And then I think the coolest, the Nokia Mural.
Oh, wow. This is neat.
Yeah.
I really like this shade.
I've seen it before, but I haven't seen that color. The silver, I think they have like almost like a mint green one.
Oh, cool.
And I think there was a purple one too.
Yeah, see, I always forget that Nokia makes like flip phones, because I'm always used to like the bar phones. I mean, yes, as y'all can see. But yeah, this is really cool. I mean,
yeah,
it almost, okay, it clearly looks like it was inspired by a Razr. I feel like that's what they were going for that.
And I think it has the front screen. You remember the LG Exalt with like the dot matrix? I think it has sort of a better version of that on the front, because you see how it's like kind of shaded there.
Yeah, I do. I see like the slight shadiness. Oh, it says that you don't have a battery for this either.
No, but I did find an eBay link for a battery. It's like $5.99 for that.
There you go. That's cheap. You can just buy that and see if this thing works. I'm sure it does, but it'd be really cool, because phones like this, they're just neat. I don't know.
Yeah.
Not much of a dumb phone connoisseur, but I see the value in these.
Oh yeah. All right. So the smartphones, It's not an amazing selection, but it's
Yeah,
good
it's
enough.
fine.
So the only non-iPhone is the Galaxy J7 Crown.
I mean, this is a classic. I have so many of these. When I was
Yeah.
filming my collection video for this year, which y'all should be ready for, I was just like seeing them. I was like, I have so many versions of this phone, but you know what? It's not bad because despite being like a budget phone, these are still really snappy. I don't know how.
That one's in great condition.
It is. I mean, it's like
Although
just a little frame ding.
probably going to use it as a throwaway because the charging port doesn't work.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if that'd be worth it to fix. Maybe.
And it's Google locked, so
Yeah,
there's not much I can do.
I think those are pretty hard to bypass. I'm not too sure.
Yeah.
I think I have one that has a broken screen. This one's in much better shape, but using this as a throwaway is fine, honestly.
Yeah,
I mean, I
'cause-
can't imagine it'd be worth it to fix the charging port on this. I mean, it's not like it's a high-end device, and they're super common. Like I said, I have a ton of these.
I'll
so.
probably find another one at one point. I already have one in my
So you already have one. so.
FRP pile. So
Exactly.
so here's the 5S. So I don't know if you remember the spec line that I gave you for that.
I do not know.
64 gig.
Oh, it's a 64 gig one. Very nice.
How low do you think the pull rate for those are?
I don't know. I mean, I don't know if I have any. I think most of my 5Ss are 32 gig. I might have one 64 gig from. I don't remember. I'll have to look at the catalog.
Yeah.
All I remember is I definitely have, because, you know, I just go through a ton of phones. I don't even remember what I have. All I really remember for sure is I have a 4S that's 64 gig, which,
Wow.
that's you had to seriously be ballers to get
I don't
that.
know. I don't even remember if the 64 gig. The first 64 gig I remember was the 5, but
Honestly, I sure do have one. And even then, with the 5S, you had to be pretty baller to get a 64 gig one. So
yeah.
that's nice. I mean, frame's
I
not in the
can't
best shape,
I can't get it to boot at all. So
interesting.
it might be water damaged.
I'd have to check. I can open it up. I'm
Yeah.
sure it just has a battery
I
problem.
lost my my razor blade
Oh,
to cut
no.
open phones, so I haven't been able to check it. But
That's okay. I can possibly look at this and just
Yeah.
get my sibling to rip it open. That's fine.
here's the 6S.
Nice. Not bad. Also,
Yeah.
yeah, good screen's in good shape. Frame's in
Yeah.
actually.
It does have an LCD splotch, but
Oh.
it's probably charged. You can boot it up.
Yeah, see, I mean, that's a shame, but no, frame is actually respectable. Oh, yeah, I see it. Just
It's minor. It's
Right
it's
there.
nothing. Nothing.
That's not too bad. I
But yeah,
mean,
it's a 16 gig, so kind of a crappy 6S.
yeah, pretty common. It's what you'd expect. I just can't believe, didn't these stop at iOS 15? I can't remember.
Yeah, that one's on 13, and I'm just gonna leave it there because
Yeah.
I want that space to download apps.
Smart. I mean, iOS 15 on a 16 gig phone sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah.
The random like splotch kind of looks like I can't remember what it's called, like that weird like math graphic thing. I think it's called like the Mandelbrot set. I don't know. It kind of looks like that.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And Touch ID does not work on that either.
Oh, that's a shame. You
But-
think it's like a replacement or just
No,
something
I just
like
think the sensor died. So
entirely possible. I've had one that just does that. That is taking a long time to do. Yep, I immediately see unable to activate Touch ID.
Yep. Every time.
Yeah, I only have a few successes that do that, but expected. And of course, it's on AT&T. Makes sense, but very cool.
Yeah.
Very nice.
And the SE 2020.
Oh, it's a white one. Both of them
I
are black.
love the Stormtrooper white.
Yeah, see, the color is nice. It's a shame it's so beat up, though.
Yeah,
If y'all
it's
can see.
in terrible shape. It's
Yeah.
FMI on. The LCD's destroyed.
That sadly checks out. I mean, both of the SE 2020s I have are in similarly really bad condition and are also FMI on. So
And I plugged it into SickW to see what carrier it was on. It was showing something weird. It said Dish Boost locked policy. So is that Boost Mobile?
yeah, that's Boost Mobile now because
Okay.
Dish owns them. Which, yikes! This being on Boost, I don't know if you could even unlock this.
Yeah.
I doubt it because even when Boost was still on Sprint, you couldn't do that. Sure, it's the same way, but
Yeah.
dang, that's a shame. I mean, I don't know what parts would be good off this one. Yeah, I see the camera glass is missing too.
Camera glass is gone. Probably like the lightning port, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it. I mean, who knows?
Maybe the home button would probably be fine though.
Yeah, true. I mean, the whole, but also being tied to it, the motherboard doesn't help.
True.
I guess maybe just wait one day. Someone will come up with an iCloud bypass like they did. I mean, that's why I still keep all my iCloud locked phones.
I just need to get something with a decent screen.
Right, you could just get like a test screen for it or something like that.
Yeah.
Fair enough, though. A shame it's so beat up, though.
Yeah. So, I mean, a solid haul.
Yeah, not bad. I mean, a very respectable haul regardless. I mean, fines are fines, and they're still very cool fines. So
I'm just happy with the dumb phones. So,
Right.
there were two that I couldn't grab out of AT&T that I saw. There was that destroyed iPhone 10. I think it was a 10. I don't think it was a 10S.
I'm sure it'll still be there next time.
I'm going to grab that next time. I'm going to make sure. And then there was a Alcatel MyFlip that I think was in half.
Oh.
Just sticking out of the top.
I found one of the ones I have, because I have a ton of them. It's just like the hinge is totally broken, so it's just sideways. Yeah, those phones are garbage. I absolutely hate them.
Yeah, they're so useless, but...
Yeah, dumb iOS device. But fair. Very cool finds regardless. Very nice.
Yeah. Alright, so it is the next day. I handed off the S22 Ultra to Carson for his sibling to take a look at. And unfortunately, it doesn't look like it's going to become my main Android phone because it looks like the security patch level is too new to really do any sort of bypass. So we just gotta hope something comes up, or I'm just gonna try and find, you know, another phone that I can use as my main Android phone. I'm gonna keep it for now, but there's nothing I can really do with it. So yeah, that sucks balls. So this S10 Plus is going to be my main Android phone for a little longer than I expected, which is fine. I still like this phone a lot, but yeah, I was really hoping to use that S22 Ultra, but oh well, whatever. But we're probably gonna hit the main target bin, the one that I went to find this S10 Plus, in a little bit, because we'll be down there. So I said, you know what, fuck it. Let's just do it. So, as long as there's no security guard, let's go see what we can find. Probably nothing, because people seem to be using that for just random shit. I don't know why. Well, so I may have gotten a new phone. Not exactly. I've had it for almost 2 years, but I had a pile of stuff I needed to bypass FRP, and my Galaxy J7 Star, I got it bypassed. It took almost 2 years, but it finally has been done. So, yeah, I'm gonna go and set this thing up, and it's going in the collection officially. Sweet. And I'm not even joking. 2 minutes of digging around inside of the FRP tool I was using. I also bypassed my S8, so that's pretty sweet. So now I got 2 new phones to set up. So this will be fun. Alright, so I'm almost positive that this J7 Star is a 32 gig device. I want to make sure, though. And it is. 32 gigs. Look at that. So this is a nice J7. The only thing that's, you know, not up to par is that it's on Metro PCS, but I can actually unlock phones on Metro PCS pretty easily. And I don't have any phones on Metro. This is the only one, so... that's a nice J7. I'm going to use it. You might as well just call me a hacker at this point, because I am, like, just bypassing these phones left and right. So, I also got my Moto E2 bypassed, which there's not much I'm going to be able to do with this phone, because it's a 4 gig phone on Android 5.1. But, I'm still going to do, you know, just play around with it, use it a little bit, see what it can do. So that's pretty cool. And I also got my T-Mobile Galaxy Note 4 fixed. So, the terrible fingerprint sensor that is on this Note 4. Let me get out to the ultra wide. There we go. Look at that. So I still have that Verizon Note 4 that I couldn't get fixed. So that's still an outlier, but yeah, my T-Mobile Note 4 is good to go and back working, so that's pretty sweet. So I am hyped about that. Finally have a working Note. Finally, I have a working Note. Alright, well, we went out to get the car serviced. Mostly everything looks good. We had to get one part replaced, but it's alright. And I went to that Target, and I found nothing. That it was full of ink cards, and it's in a terrible spot. It's like right in front of the returns desk. Like, why? So, that's a mess. So, yeah, ending this video off with not much of a bang. So, that was kind of brutal. But we are hopefully filming the August phone diving adventures next week. It's probably going to be another solo episode with me, and Carson will appear later, but we're going to do it and actually go get some phones. So, yeah, but that's all I've got for me for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. I know we went to 3 different bins, and it was kind of a shitty turnout, but the main phone diving adventures worked out pretty well. We got some good stuff, and I know we have some good stuff on tap for next time, so we're going to take a look at that. But that's going to be it for this one. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, you know what to do. Smash the thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button down below. Follow me on all my socials. Simple enough. And let's try to find some more phones next time, because that wasn't nice. Anyways, I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.